Hi, everybody. This is Team Adventurous. I'm Kate, and this is Zack. Yep. And today we're gonna react to another one of Old Man Reacts. Except this is a 25-ish minute lore video.
Caitlin,
Mm-hmm.
what was that? What was that thing you said?
What? Oh, what? What? Where you were acting like an old man with Parkinson's, and there's like, no, Jimmy, I don't have Parkinson's. It was the great earthquake of 1918, and I just haven't stopped shaking ever since. He's like, he's Whoosh.
All right. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Uh-huh.
anyways.
Hello, everyone.
My bad. I just had to act a fool there for a minute.
He was like, I just had to be myself. I'm just kidding.
Today, we're here to do the first 25-ish minute lore of Old Man React that I've seen. I think this is a new thing he's doing. So yeah.
Yeah, because it premiered for Erzger.
For
Erzger.
Yeah, for sure.
His name is Jerv.
My name is Jerv.
As excess rages. Prolonged exposure can result in loss of IQ, high blood pressure, random outbursts, and blunt force trauma to the skull, resulting in unconsciousness. Please consult for more information.
Overlord of Armageddon, Herman Von Strab. The biggest waste of space since the arch-child abuser, who honestly would have been more useful if he had been broken down into corpse starch. Marvelous.
Cornstarch. Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
I in the Ministry of Defense. That bastard.
There are some people who make it a point to be the best at a given category, to make sure that a given theme is passed down throughout the ages. An example to strive towards. Herman Von Strab is no exception to this, but while most people want to set a positive record, or at least a record that is impressive, Von Strab makes sure his legacy is so unrelentingly grating to the nerves that forevermore his name will be used as a curse in common speech. So let's talk about this legendary fat asshole, shall we?
Hey, Old Man Reacts. I didn't know you were doing stuff on Nikado Avocado.
Or son of Herman Von Strab, the planetary governor or overseer of the planet Armageddon, and was probably conceived or a stupendous amount of inbreeding alongside of a goat with copious alcohol consumed during the pregnancy, with the mother participating in high-impact combat sports, the term. Immediately upon the Medicaid, grabbed
Caitlin, motherfucker, he says competition in passports. She kicked his term. And that's This one really did it for me, Kate. That's what really did it for me. Like,
it wasn't the weird goat that looked like it had anuses for eyes.
Caitlin's.
What it did? it's like Jimmy, I don't think your eye holes are supposed to be like that.
This is what I had to put up with professionally. You see this nonsense? Only on this channel do you get this level of high quality nonsense, folks. This is the kind of nonsense that I am forced to put up with, and I do it all for you.
And be like, you could have put a stamp of product of Arkansas on that goat, just like you could put a stamp of product of Arkansas on this dude right here. The hills have eyes, people, and they are not alive with the sound of music.
That was the most sophisticated inbreeding joke I've ever heard. Oh. Yeah, fuck Von Strab.
Yeah.
Fuck Herman Von Strap-on. Fuck this guy.
Nikado Avocado, whatever his name is.
Someone should put a mask on this guy's ass, because I can only imagine his farts smell like the plague.
It gives a whole new meaning to gas mask.
Oh, bravo, Caitlin. Bravo. Oh, that was a real shit tier pun, Caitlin.
No.
Oh, fuck.
No way.
Oh.
I had to do
shit state of a person.
Yeah.
All right, we got to keep going, Caitlin. God.
The infant wheat fix and flung him out of a window, thinking he was the afterbirth, where he landed.
Oh my goodness!
Which promptly became his first meal. The only thing we can put
Oh.
of Luther von Strab, and the rest is hot garbage. But I'm using Occam's razor to explain why Thunder Thighs is the way that he is.
The soul is dog shit. Every single thing about you is ugly.
I know that talking about a sewage dump 5 miles downstairs, which resides in
Oh, that movie and that actor's performance in it, in relation to Billy Bob Thornton's character, that on-screen dynamic was brilliant. Those two created art together. Oh, fucking Bad Santa. God. And then the second movie where the fucking kid's mom has died. Oh, God, that broke my heart. That poor, simple boy.
Yeah.
And he ends up in that dude's hands. Poor fucking kid. Oh, man. Anyways, this is gonna take us another fucking 3 hours in this room.
right next to a homeless shelter with no porta johns or indoor plumbing. Most of them are a method of promotion quite similar to the Black Templars, where murder is the key for advancement. But instead of having to worry about outside influences murdering you on a battlefield, you literally have to worry about Auntie May and Uncle Henry shanking you with a butter knife at Christmas dinner so Tiny Tim can get one up on your spot. Being the only one to inherit power came from his brothers murdering each other and ignoring him. A noble family where the internal politics were this cutthroat and this insane viewed him as being too inept to actually do anything other than eat Doritos and get fatter.
Damn, old man reacts. Save some meat for the other fucking alligators, bro. Fucking eating this man alive and shit like a pork belly roast. Fucking hell.
Well, I mean, the guy's got enough meat on him, though.
The Von Strauss guy?
Yeah.
Von Strab?
Yeah. Yep. Nikado. Yeah. Yeah.
Slithered out on your mother's filth. Oh. They should have put you in a glass jar.
Well, he did eat Doritos and get fatter, and he actually schemed. His oldest brother was killed by a bomb that also killed 322 people at a dinner party that he set. His second brother was murdered in a hit and run. For the third brother, I will simply state the circumstances. His third brother was found in his room with more bolter holes than Swiss cheese, with a walking whale, the smoking bolter in hand, who promptly proclaimed his brother. William didn't kill himself. Everyone just kind of went along with it because Hydroxyad was next in line for the throne. The now was in full grief mode because all the sons who could have replaced him who were worthwhile were dead, and now he was left with this chicken fried fuck. All hope seemed lost, which he also committed suicide. How convenient!
You stand in the presence of Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, rightful heir to the Iron Throne, rightful queen of the Andals and the First Men, protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the mother of dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt, the Breaker.
Damn, bro, I'm amazed you haven't been hit with copyright.
I know.
You stand before Herman Von Strab, first of his name, overseer of Armageddon, Primary and Secundus, eater of Brock's pig and bear, devourer of Pringles, breaker of belts,
Devourer of Pringles.
Now that Lieutenant Lardass was literally the entire damn planet, he employed such great leadership strategies as eating himself into food comas, ignoring civilian problems, attempting to be the first Imperial citizen to have the blood type Alfredo.
God. See, I told you, it's Nikado.
One time, hang on, Caitlin.
Yeah,
we have to dissect. We have to dissect the brilliance of that joke.
The first Imperial citizen to have the blood type Alfredo. Oh.
The spicy meatballs. That is the most sophisticated fat joke I've ever heard.
I love it.
I love it. Let's go.
And running terror campaigns against the civilian population. He was absolutely fearless, probably because it would take a direct hit from a fucking Baneblade primary cannon to damage enough of his bulk to actually hurt him. It was about this time he encountered the old man of Armageddon, Commissar Sebastian, who looked at Jabba the Fuck and knew that anything reasonable
Jabba the Fuck
would have to be relayed throughout 20 pounds of fat on his ear to his Dairy Queen encrusted brain. The was going to be problematic at best.
And yeah, no worship for this. Yes.
Caitlin,
Yes.
Caitlin, what's wrong with that spelling?
The Overlord. Oh man. Be like, excuse me, your love.
Then we come to the second war of Armageddon. Literally everything and everyone competent, and half the things that weren't were saying that shit was about to get real. There was every sign outright bad things were going to happen. Navigators were warning of massive warp storms. The statue of the Emperor in Hell's Reach began crying.
He was like, excuse me. Sorry, that was just me getting out of bed.
Caitlin,
Uh-huh.
I'm about to sound hella dumb.
Oh, okay.
Has my lamp been off this whole time?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning.
Years of blood. The Imperial Pharaoh kept on coming up with the same signs of doom over and over and over again. And every time Overseer Obesity ate chicken wings, the blood pay attention, fat ass, every single time. And no matter how many extra he ate, the crumbs and the wing bones kept making exclamation points. For years, the Lord of the Fries kept ignoring
The Lord of the Fries.
it was because he wanted all the glory of defeating the impending doom himself. When a space arrived in system, everyone was pointing at the fact that the outlying planets were in danger of getting an amazing amount of loud and belligerent visitors of the fungal persuasion, aka greenskins. We can only assume that the entire briefing was ended with morbidity or fungus, not about mushrooms.
Orcs described so
Eating stuff into another waiting from Commissar Yard, demanding he send a distress call. But the only thing he did was literally issue salvage rights to noble families for the Space Hulk, as well as reporting the sighting of the Space Hulk itself, which was his minimum requirement. When the first orcs landed on the outlying planets, another communication went out. And when the Rotund one learned that it came from vanished a hive named Hades. Lord Commander Fatlaw was utterly convinced of the hand of the newly emerged orc threat with
Lord Commander Fatlaw. Is that like some obscure noble name format? Like Lord Darklaw, or perhaps Lord Farlaw, or perhaps Lord Adel Buttlaw. Lord, yes, I'm here to discuss treaties with Lord Fatlaw. Yes, Lord Butt Sniffer, right this way.
Be like, Lord Asswipe. He's like, but it just gives him like the
Caitlin, you insult the Lord. Say his name properly. Lord Arswipe. If you will not pronounce it in the proper Old English, don't pronounce it at all.
Oh my. Can you imagine though how many people may have actually accidentally said that about actual lords who got their positions for being asswipes?
Right.
of Armageddon Steel Legion that were planet-side, as well as PDF forces. He promptly ignored that the Hulk was accompanied by enough ships to destroy the Armageddon defense fleet and went to his favorite pastime to distract himself from the impending doom.
Somebody can beat my Bobo at scatty wrestling.
While he was in the middle of this, the space Hulk had already disgorged enough orcs to overrun the rest of the planets in the system, crashed the planet of Armageddon. Once he had proven victorious in the great scale, was informed that a warp storm had formed around the system, making communication with the greater Imperium impossible. While the rest of the Imperium's forces on the planet were quickly realizing that something had gone impressively tits up rather fast, Shady was Let me just summarize the building.
Caitlin, somebody has got to tell this man to stop. He said fat shit. I love that joke. That's good shit.
Yeah.
Herman Von Strab had months, if not years, of warnings that something was going to go wrong. He had months on top of that to prepare the hive cities of Armageddon for possible siege. There had been more than enough intelligence and clues to a major incursion that any rational human being would have latched onto to prevent the incoming disaster. But when the orc-infested Space Hulk crash landed on the Armageddon, the hive's food and ammunition stores were below standards, and its entire PDF force was in peacetime formation and deployment, meant to counter hive gangs and possibly roving bands of humans attacking caravans between the hives. In short, the ineptitude of the leadership of Armageddon turned a war that should have been the Orcs landing to only find heavily fortified and defended, supplied, and ready hive cities into nothing more or less than a surprise attack that everyone saw coming, but no one did anything about because he wouldn't allow it. Herman Von Porkrind didn't even tell orbital batteries to start firing on the Hulk. They just started doing so as the Hulk entered the atmosphere of the planet. All hail the planetary governor. What the fuck, man?
You ain't got running this shit. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
At that point in high Hades, the old man of Armageddon began issuing orders and essentially began to carve his legend from the towering spire of incompetence that was Herman Von Strab. Commissar Yard began to issue commands to withdraw to the hive cities and fortify them as much as possible, to which Herman the Vic began commanding troops to stand and fight against the orc invaders. Entire segments of
Caitlin. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was a violent, I'm about to rape you joke.
Yes.
the PDF were wiped out trying to protect civilians who were attempting to reach the relative safety of the hives, including Lieutenant Hexter of the Steel Legion, who stayed behind to protect an entire refugee convoy. Despite the overwhelming evidence to the contrary, Jabba the Gut stood strident in his
Jabba the Gut.
Nearly as many orcs as the reports were telling him.
But there will always be more.
Yes.
The sheer fact of the matter was there were more orcs on Armageddon as calories in his average meal. And it was absolutely staggering. Over and over again, previously girthy would get on the box.
Oh no.
To the field to stop running.
Grievously.
What?
And fight. The few that actually listened to him were absolutely massacred. But fortunately, most of the PDF commanders listened to Von Strab as much as Von Strab listened to anyone who told him that eating 2 pigs in one sitting was unhealthy.
Oh my God.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Despite were wiped out due to our fearless fat ass and his stupid decisions. Basically, it all came down to a question of, I'm supposed to do this. And this fat
fearless fat ass.
The commissar, quick count of what choosing the former meant. It meant you were either dead and dazed or crawling back to the hives, desperately trying to escape the green tide. Snack Bar chalked all the issues up to everyone not listening to him. Even though
Snack Bar
was either already dead or was currently dying horribly.
I get it. You don't believe me either.
No, it's not that.
Yes, it is. Nobody believes me. Nobody takes me serious.
But even he was able to see that he couldn't stick around where he was on Armageddon. No.
That clip selection is on point, though.
He found an aircraft that could carry his bulk and went to High Tartarus on Armageddon Secundus.
My.
Secundus, you say?
Secundus.
Yes.
Had somehow not yet figured
He is rotundus.
deluge of horse, and the incompetence on display was literally pissing on anyone who took their oaths to serve the Overlord seriously.
Literally? Oh no.
The Orcs from breaching through the jungle into Armageddon Secundus. The lard ass actually told the captain to use the Orcs as target practice. Well, they got practice.
You're fat ass.
Literally exploded, flying over the defenders and slaughtering them at the Diabolus River. Any who escaped this literal disaster were surrounded, and barely any made it alive. Good going, fat ass. Another horrific example of this ham sandwich's leadership and command. The form of the Iron Skulls Titan Legion, but I like them under their formal name, Legio Metallica. Under the command of Princess Curtis Mannheim, the Legion was based at High Tartarus. Governor Chunky, after moving to Tartarus and finding out the disastrous battle of the jungle, instantly commanded Mannheim to take his Legio into battle against the Orcs. He said this while at the same time telling Mannheim, who already knew better, that there weren't many Orcs and it would be good practice. Mannheim wasn't stupid, but he was incredibly duty-bound. Mannheim made a desperate attempt to negotiate with the Great Greasy One, but Commander actually waved the man's honor in his face and beat him down with it. Mannheim had sworn himself to defend the planet and uphold the orders of the planetary governor. No matter who that planetary governor might be, Fuhrer Fat Rolls overrode every argument.
Oh my god.
From Mannheim. Eventually, he drew it to a point of honor, something which the waddling walrus knew very little about. Meant to Mannheim. To most people, the decision would be simple. Button to go fuck himself in the ass with a cactus until he died from it. But Mannheim was built differently. In the face of the unreasonable, in the face of losing the core of what made him who he was, everything he had built his name on, he only had one decision to make. He got in his best dressed uniform, kissed his wife and children goodbye, and took his entire Legio out into the field, completely unsupported. The Legio was engaged, surrounded, overwhelmed, and nearly destroyed. Mannheim went out like Rylanor, marching his dying Emperor-class Titan Steelhammer into the middle of the Orc horde and overloading its reactors, wiping out well over 1 million Orcs in the process.
There's a new feeling. Pride in someone else. Unfortunately, it's overshadowed by
Wow, this unyielding rage!
Status update for anyone having problems following this. Because of General grievously overweight, not only had a full third of his been outright murdered, he had just ordered a full Titan Legio to its death, which included an Emperor-class Titan. To give you guys an idea, I'm pretty sure the Mechanicus would rather have sacrificed the planet versus the Titan Legion that died on it. Titan Legions.
The Mechanicus go hard.
Mm-hmm.
They fuck toasters, Caitlin. That's their idea of time. Like, you don't want to fuck with the Mechanicus, man. They'll turn your ass into a servitor. Unless you're lucky.
They're like, we like our toasters to be Japanese so that we can fuck them.
Gotta get you some of that sideways pussy, Caitlin. Telling you. Top notch. I mean, ooh, sadly, I've never had any.
Oh my. You've never fucked a toaster. That's probably a good
Nope.
thing.
Can't say that I have. One thing my dick has not been in.
Yeah. It'd be a very electrifying experience.
Oh, 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 brilliant. Quite brilliant. Frankly, I never would have thought of that. Fuck you.
What? Because you sort of kind of laughed?
Insanely hard to get, requiring decades, hundreds of years. And this victim of Dunlap syndrome had lost it in an afternoon. At this point, most was well under siege, soon to include the very hive that Von Strab now called his home, Hive Tartarus. Anyone who was willing to listen to the overweight overlord,
He was like, it's that really expensive tartar sauce. That's why I'm there.
Wait, what'd you say?
He said it's like that really expensive tartar sauce, but that's why I moved there. And I was very disappointed. That's why Fat Ass moved there, because he thought it was tartar sauce instead of Tartarus.
And now, despite all of his rantings and ravings, frankly, no one gave a shit what the Hamburglar in chief was saying anymore.
Were you born a fat, slimy scumbag, you piece of private piles, or did you have to work on it?
Tartarus was the place that had to pay attention to the grummator anymore. And a fine example of inbred reasoning fell into place. There was a reason.
Like, those two things do not belong in the same sentence.
Chosen.
What, Kate?
Those two things don't belong in the same sentence. Inbred and reasoning.
Is that why the Middle East is in the state it's in?
Oh, God. Be like, dude, your family tree is supposed to go like this, not like this, man.
Hey, you know what they say, like Allahu Akbar, homie. Like
now, anyone with a functioning brain with at least 2 neurons firing would know that deploying the life eater virus on a planet you currently live on
forgets to breathe.
Fucking stupid. It beggars belief, but not our dear old. The life eater virus isn't a bullet or a flamer. It is
He's like, I will show you.
killing weapon only used in
the face with an ugly stick.
Fuck, it's stunning. This hog beast intended on using a weapon that usually wipes
to make you a moron.
Relations to
otherwise known as the life of Joe Biden.
making him a moron. A life in the life of Joe Biden.
Yep. Yeah, a memoir.
An autobiography.
Just hopefully it's not an audio biography. Because it won't make any fucking sense.
The bad record keeping of the large Vark didn't wipe out the entire place. Taken care of very well, and most of them failed. The virus itself had lost a huge portion of its potency due to the time.
Not a coffee cup holder.
Landed on the orc hordes besieging Tartarus.
I'll tell the toaster to feel love.
Oh my God!
Problem.
That dude's voice was beautiful, Caitlin. Did you hear that? He was like, "Oh my god," but except like better than what I just did. Oh my god, that was fucking great. That dude is LP.
And carried that same virus back on the wind towards like murderous. How many died? But it was enough to where the Snorlax finally stopped doing
Oh god.
for the time being.
And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
Okay, third status update. Wide Load had effectively left the entire planet to a full military invasion by the Orcs, isolating massive numbers of its defenders in the open, despite months of warning. He then issued stand and fight orders that killed even more troops, and almost a full Titan Legion, including an Emperor-class Titan. The Hives he was charged with, which if properly prepared can hold out against the siege for months, were being overrun due to a lack of food and ammunition preparation, as well as low manpower due to him getting a good chunk of the population of PDF killed. And the dipshit had just deployed a weapon onto the surface of the planet that he lived on that was designed to destroy a planet's population, and only failed to do so because it hadn't been maintained properly. Is there any other reason anyone would like me to list why this guy is a total piece of shit? When the next ceremony, Commander Dante, chapter master of the Blood Angels, showed up to relieve Commissar
Clip selection on fleek.
The entire planet hadn't fallen to the Orcs, by the way. Dante immediately ordered a deep strike operation to save Hive Tartarus, and then promptly put the Hawk-Aged on house arrest after reviewing the decisions that led up to one of the most fortified planets in the Imperium nearly falling to the Orcs. Vicky Minaj countered the order of the house arrest, saying proudly that he had the entire situation well in hand and the Astartes were out of line. Dante replied by issuing a warrant for Von Strab's arrest. For those of you who love the type of numbers that I put out, here's a list of the crimes that Dante accused him of.
My mom doesn't fucking love you.
43,839 counts of incitement to violence. 38,174,639,274 counts of grievous murder. 22,000 211 counts of subordination. 2,238 violations of imperial decree.
Oh my god.
9 counts of evasion of duty. 492 counts of larceny. 294 counts of heresy. 3,994 counts of evasion. 12,992 counts of dereliction of duty. 24,882 counts of unlawful impersonation of an officer. Decency. 23,049 counts of flagrant disregard. 27,371 counts of willful endangerment. 2 counts of improper dress.
Like, whoa, seriously?
Amazing.
After all of that, you even get him for dress code. What?
That Ron Burgundy clip. That
was, yeah, spot on. Oh, sorry, your selection is immaculate.
The build up of that joke, all these other things, it's like, bruh. And then we get to the end, and it's just like, after all that other shit, 2 counts of improper dress, and now it's getting fucking serious. That was the most sophisticated fashion police joke I've ever heard.
He went above and beyond, making them as big as possible. When the time came for the skin farm to be arrested, he had somehow summoned them and riding off into the sunset, where everyone assumed that the orcs still living on the planet had done the Imperium a favor and murdered the fat bastard. But just like Herman Von Strab's cholesterol, he couldn't be kept down.
Oh no!
Gazgul Mac Uru Kraka returned for round 2. The Ham Planet returned with him. And when Hive Acheron failed to sabotage, the Salad Dodger appeared and claimed ownership of the planet in the name of his new best friend, Gazgul. He instantly got on the box and yelled loudly and proudly that everyone should get some guns and rebel, and that the Imperium was bad. His speech, as well as everything else when it came to him having an idea, didn't have the intended effect.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah.
An earshot instantly went from 0 to homicide, starting a civil war within the hive where most of the nobility were doing their dead level best to kiss the ample ass cheeks of the returned overlord, not to get brain, but the
overlord. I love it.
The rest of the hive trying to kill them all. Eventually, the notorious PIG was forced in the process of being possessed by a demon.
I told you.
I don't know. Slanesh wouldn't want him because, that's not hot. Zeus wouldn't want him because he's, I don't know.
Yo. If that's what Slanesh looked like, hey, Chaos just got a lot more appealing, yo.
Yeah, I mean, because that's him when he doesn't have all 6 of his titties. He was like, I only put 2 of them on today because
I'm trying to lure this specific soul to Chaos, so I'm going to look like his fantasy.
Right. Be like, I'm just gonna go for a 2-drink minimum here.
Slanesh wouldn't want him because, that's not hot.
2-drink minimum.
You just now got that?
I need a fucking sound effect. I need sound effects. That would be the perfect time to go like da, 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 da.
Right. We're gonna have to get a soundboard.
We need a soundboard.
With all kind of buttons for you to play with.
Yep.
Yeah. Beast wouldn't want him because he's the Lord of Change, and the Lord ass was still the same size and mass.
Lord ass.
Wouldn't want him because, well, shit, man, you figure it out. So the only thing I can think of is werewolf, but even that might be too disgusting for him.
Greatest chaos forever. Like them all up. I will become relevant again.
Basically, I'm guessing the violence of the warp storms were in all actuality the Chaos Gods fighting over who actually claimed Von Strab as one of their own. Before anyone had to claim him, however, he was finally murdered by Lieutenant Cage of the Last Chancellor's Penal Legion, who yeeted himself and the Overlord into a lava pit. So ends the tale of Herman Von Strab, a man described by Curtis Mannheim as the greatest waste of flesh and bone born within the past 500 years. Legends, little nights where the acid rain fails to fall to the ground, and the pollution thins enough that on Armageddon Secundus, one can see the stars. They can smell the lost scent of bacon on the air. Screaming.
He's like that smell is just from me walking from one side of the room to the other. He's like, and I can't do cardio because then people ask why there's gravy everywhere.